Sitting down here by this lake, a lot of things went through my mind. Should I go or should I?
What's up and welcome back. Nick up here at Maple Motors in Hendersonville, Tennessee, and this test drive today is going to be on a 1972 Ford F-100 351 built motor. This thing should be fast. Aluminum radiator. You got power steering, power brakes. You also got disc brakes on the front, and then you got the black chrome aftermarket wheels. Dual exhaust kicked out both sides, and I'm really liking the tone of green on this truck here. Check out the 100 detailed pictures at maplemotors.com. Financing and shipping is available on all of these rides. And of course, what I like to do is point out flaws so you know what you're getting before you get here. So be sure, hit subscribe, share, hit like, and of course we'll keep this video, or these videos of all of the cars that we do every week, going for you. All right guys, sit back, relax, it's about that time. Let's go for a ride. The interior on this truck is pretty sweet. It's got aftermarket steering wheel. I'm loving the aftermarket seats. Check out the speakers in the panel here on the headliner. I do like that as well. Got the radio up top. Coming down on the dash, you can see the dash is in great shape. Looking down in the carpet, it's fairly new. It looks good. Got my gear there. Look below in the description. You can see all the gear I used to make this video. We'll go ahead and start her up. I think the safety switch is causing me to have to do this. Let's see. I'm gonna have to pull it and turn this. Sorry guys, I had to tilt you sideways. But yeah, it's got a safety switch, so you have to push up on that and turn the key to start it. We're gonna have to let this one warm up. She is very cold natured. We'll stop and get some fuel. Oil pressure's on up there. Got aftermarket gauges. Tach is working. Letting that engine temperature creep on up. We'll try some other stuff in here. Wipers, fast and working. Blower motor, blowing pretty hard. Where's it coming from? It's coming out the dash. All right. Place those bets. Do you think the horn works on this one? We're gonna be trying it out here in just a second. She's holding her own now. I don't have to hold the gas pedal. Still gonna let her warm up quite a bit more. It's not quite to operating temperature there. Turn signals popping up right there on the dash, really small on both sides. And of course the horn, did you place those bets? This one's definitely not gonna work. It's a solid piece. Just looking around for another horn button or something. Not really seeing anything. What's this over here? I'm not really sure what it's doing. Don't think it's hooked up to nothing. All right, we'll let her warm up. Let's hit the road. All right, getting ready to take off here. Get the seat belt on. We're gonna head on up to the gas station. Get a little fuel. This thing feels pretty strong. The brakes, I feel like the back right brake just locked up on me. Of course, anything I see, I will let you know. Oh, dog. That's about half throttle. This thing feels pretty quick. Straight as an arrow going down the road. Steering is super tight. That's to the floor. She's got plenty of power. Feels good. Getting back in those brakes. They're stopping fine. This thing's got tons of power. Speedometer's coming up on the dash, seems pretty correct. Nice and smooth going over the bumps on the bridge. All of our gauges are good. Our engine temperature's at 185. Oil pressure's at 40. We're gonna pull in here and get a little bit of fuel. Gas gauge is at a quarter tank. We'll find out here in just a moment if that gas gauge will move after I put about $25 worth of premium fuel in this ride. Let's get a hair there. Good deal. This thing's hot. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, we're just about there. Getting on up. 25 bucks. Had to go in there and get me an energy drink. I stayed up till 1 in the morning last night fishing. Look at that, that was a complete guess. I didn't even look back. Get my receipt and we'll get out of here. Like I said, it was on quarter tank when we rolled up. Oh, clerk has receipt, I guess. Just have to remember that. But yeah, I have noticed if I start stuttering or anything, that's usually because I stayed up till 1 in the morning. All right, guys. Let me get my keys out of here and we're gonna roll out. Like I said, quarter tank. We're over half a tank, almost 3/4 of a tank now. So, gotta do that to the column again. This thing's a beast. Let's roll out. Y'all look pretty good on there. Let's go ahead and take off. We'll head back to the lot. So that little switch, which I'll tell you here in a minute as well, because I did the walk around here in the parking lot, is right here. That's your electric fans. I was watching that temperature get over 200. I was like, what's going on, man? Turned it on, sucked it right back down to 190. Hasn't went up since. So good to go. She's staying nice and cool. Let's roll on out of here. Heading on back to the lot now. truck is just nasty. Plenty of power. I noticed that brake, if you get into it, you can make it kind of lock up that back right. Really quiet. I mean, I like being quiet towards the end of the video on the test drive back to the lot. It kind of gives you an idea what everything sounds like, but it's smooth, it's quiet. Spinning tires all the way down the road there. I mean, come on. This one's a lot of fun. I'll try to save some tread for you. We're right around the corner from the car lot, and we're gonna pull back in there, and that's what I'm gonna do, the picking out the flaws. I'm gonna put that at the end of the video. Definitely hit subscribe. I've had a lot of people saying, man, I'm not getting the updates every time you post a video. Like on Monday, I think yesterday, or I do these videos ahead of time now. I posted like 9 or 10 videos, and the guy's like, I didn't get one update. But he went back, he hit the bell, and then he hit the bell again to activate it again, and he started getting all the updates. I don't know why YouTube does that, but a lot of people are calling me and asking me, and I figured try that out. Maybe it'll tell you every time I post a car. And guys, I do appreciate you doing that for me. Hit like, share. That's gonna keep me making these videos for you. Check out maplemotors.com. Let's get to picking out the flaws. Okay, it's time to pick out the flaws. We're gonna walk around this ride, point out chips, scratches, anything that I can find. That way you know what you're getting before you get here. So I did figure out something on the dash here. I noticed it started getting a little over 210 on the heat. And I said, well, let's cut her off. I wanna see if there's a switch. Remember the switch in the beginning right here? That turns on your electric fans. You got 2 of them hooked up to the radiator. And of course I pay attention to all that stuff throughout the video. That way, you know, watching the gauges, watching oil pressure, temperature, definitely want to keep an eye on that, any vehicle you're in. Let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to go around the front end and then come down the sides. Anything I see, you'll know about it. Here around the front here, you got some light scratches. You've got haziness on the front bumper here. The grill itself, got a few chips. Looks like they bumped something there in the middle. Kind of push this headlight out a little bit. You got some scuffs there up under the grill. Coming around this side, you got scuffs on the edge, a dent right here. Tires are in pretty good shape. You got chips up here. You can see where the tires have been rubbing the fender. I didn't hear that through the video. Through the test drive at least. Got a little rust in the corner here. Got some dents in your trim. We're working our way up towards that. Light scratch here, 2 chips there, chip here. A little hazy on the back here around the trim, back that midsection. It's a little wrinkled there. I think what they did was they put tape on that. That's what it looks like that out. Right above all this is chipped in that midsection. Little ding here, up here as well. Chips. Little pitting popping up there, ding here. Chips up top here. So there. Little pitting on top of your door handle there. You got pitting around some of this trim by the gas cap. And down the top of the bed here. Up top, chips. That back end, you got chips on top of the tailgate too. Some bubbles popping up on the back here. In the bed, it's got scratches and chips, just like a truck bed should look like. Around your back window here, you got a lot of dry cracking going on that seal. Seal around that vent window looks good. Around the front here, the trim looks great. Tint strip across the top and on the roof. Well, let's go to the other side now. Lower portion first. Little rust popping up in the back corner here. You got chips on that paint job there. You got a little rust right here in the corner. Back that midsection, you can see the tape that they put on this trim, black it out. Chips there, ding right here. A little bit of pitting there on your mirror. That tape. Can't tell. Almost looks like tape there on the edge. I can't get it off. A little bit of pitting here on some of your trim. Chips. Paint's what it is. There's some rust there popping up. Okay. We have made it around the ride. Now let's go ahead and check out the inside. Then we'll get her started up again. Door panel on this one looks great. Up and around it, pretty good shape. The edge down here, it's got some flaws. Not perfect. Come on. I'm waiting for that camera to change out. There we go. A little bit better. Weather stripping looks good. Carpet's been changed out. The seat belts. The seats on this are awesome. Headliner, same thing. Nice having a nice headliner in it with speakers built in. You don't have to drop them behind the seats. All right, to start it, of course, you got to pull up on the columns. So let's try this. Easy enough. Motor sounds pretty good. Maybe a slight lifter noise over here on this side. Coming down with the hood, we're going to check it out. Comes down pretty easy. Got a big spot here. Looks like that's probably the same thing. Same time at least. Got chips around the front end. There's a ding here on the edge of the hood. The chips there. Paint runs here in the corner. You got some bubbles on this side of the hood. Guys, I appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, share, and hit like. That helps me out quite a bit, and I appreciate that. Makes it to where I can still make these videos for you and give you honest descriptions of all the cars that come through Maple Motors. Every Monday, we get 10 new cars. You can check us out Monday at 11. That's when we update the website. We don't do it any other time. The only thing we do throughout the week is take vehicles that are sold and mark them sold on the site. You can also look below in the description and get a lot of information about Maple Motors, the gear I use, the merchandise we sell. Or you can go to maplemotors.com and check out the financing, the shipping, a bio of us for the last 40 years. And guys, I appreciate you watching. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.